Parliament erupts. J.D. Vance slams Liberals as MPs demand ethics probe into Prime Minister scandal. The political climate in Canada has been shaken to its core. Prime Minister Mark Carney, once hailed as a unifying figure, now finds himself at the center of a growing scandal that threatens to unravel his leadership. The controversy erupted when Democracy Watch, a prominent Canadian watchdog group, accused Carney of concealing investments in over 560 companies, including significant holdings in Brookfield, a multinational corporation. The group argued that Carney's so-called ethics screen was merely a facade, designed to obscure his financial entanglements rather than prevent conflicts of interest. This revelation has ignited a firestorm in the House of Commons, with opposition MPs calling for a full ethics investigation into the Prime Minister's conduct. At the heart of the allegations is the claim that Carney's private investments have influenced his public policy decisions. Critics argue that his substantial holdings in companies like Brookfield, which have interests in sectors such as energy and infrastructure, could have led to policy decisions that favor his personal financial interests. The Ethics Commissioner has reportedly screened Carney from discussions involving over 100 entities, raising questions about the transparency and effectiveness of these measures. Opponents contend that such extensive screening is indicative of deeper conflicts of interest that have yet to be fully disclosed. The scandal has not only captivated Canadian politics, but has also drawn international attention. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, known for his outspoken views and close ties to Canadian Conservative MP Jamil Javani, publicly criticized the Liberal government's handling of the affair. Vance's comments have added fuel to the fire, with some accusing him of overstepping diplomatic boundaries. However, his supporters argue that his intervention is justified, given the gravity of the allegations against Carney. The scandal has had significant political repercussions. Within Canada, the opposition parties are seizing the opportunity to challenge the Liberal government's credibility. The Conservative Party, in particular, is calling for a full investigation and demanding accountability from Prime Minister Carney. Public opinion polls indicate a decline in support for the Liberals, with many Canadians expressing concern over the allegations and the government's response. Jamil Javani, a Conservative MP and longtime friend of J.D. Vance, has found himself at the center of the controversy. Initially, he had extended an invitation for Vance to visit Canada, but due to the escalating tensions, Javani has rescinded the offer. He has publicly stated that the current political climate is not conducive to such a visit, citing the need for diplomatic sensitivity. Javani's decision underscores the delicate balance between personal relationships and political considerations in international affairs. The Canadian public's reaction to the scandal has been mixed. While some express support for the opposition's calls for an investigation, others view the situation as a partisan attack on the Prime Minister. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds for political discourse, with hashtags related to the scandal trending nationally. The media's coverage has been extensive, with news outlets providing continuous updates and analyses of the unfolding events. At the core of the controversy is a fundamental question about ethics in public office. Critics argue that the allegations against Prime Minister Carney, if proven true, represent a serious breach of public trust. They contend that public officials must adhere to the highest ethical standards to maintain the integrity of democratic institutions. Supporters of the Prime Minister counter that the allegations are unfounded and part of a smear campaign designed to undermine his leadership. As the situation develops, there is a growing demand for accountability. Opposition leaders are calling for Prime Minister Carney to testify before the House of Commons Ethics Committee to address the allegations. They argue that transparency is essential to restore public confidence in the government. The Liberal Party has pledged full cooperation with any investigations, but maintains that the Prime Minister has done nothing wrong. The involvement of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance has added an international dimension to the scandal. His public criticism of the Liberal government has strained diplomatic relations between Canada and the United States. While some view Vance's comments as an overreach, others believe that international scrutiny can help ensure accountability in cases of alleged misconduct by public officials. The path forward remains uncertain. The Ethics Committee is expected to convene in the coming weeks to begin its investigation. Prime Minister Carney has expressed confidence that he will be exonerated and has vowed to continue his work on behalf of Canadians. However, the political fallout from the scandal may have lasting implications for his leadership and the future of the Liberal Party. This scandal has broader implications for Canadian politics. It raises questions about the influence of financial elites in shaping public policy and the mechanisms in place to prevent conflicts of interest. The outcome of the Ethics Committee's investigation could set a precedent for how such cases are handled in the future. It also underscores the importance of transparency and accountability in maintaining the public's trust in government institutions. The unfolding scandal involving Prime Minister Mark Carney has captivated the nation and sparked intense debate about ethics in public office. With calls for a full investigation and international attention focused on Canada, the coming weeks will be critical in determining the political future of the Prime Minister and the integrity of the Liberal government. As the situation develops, Canadians will be watching closely to see how their leaders respond to the challenges of accountability and transparency.